Alright, so yesterday I saw on my community page what you guys want to see as a tutorial. And well, you guys replied in mass. Instead of doing just one simple thing from the list that you guys submitted, I'm gonna pick and choose as much as possible from this list and gonna answer your questions as quick and as efficient as possible. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Okay, question number one, how to save memory while building a big map. Okay, so the easiest and most efficient way in how to save memory is to reuse props, because props, the first time you use them, they give a huge chunk of memory, but the second time you use them, they only maybe take like a few memory cells at most. So you can see here that I have this little furnace or whatever it's called, and you can see that it has 212 memory units spent on the whole memory that we have here. But if we duplicate it, it only takes away 3 more. So that means if I completely delete this, you can see I'm back to 0. The first time I'm ever going to use this is going to be 212, and then after that it's only going to be up by 3 anytime you do that. And that basically works for any prop or device in the game. Also, one other very big tip is that you should not use devices if not needed at all. So for example, there's a few devices which take up a huge chunk of memory. For example, the sentry is one of those. So you can see here that if I place the sentry down, it takes away 13,600 something from your memory. That is also for the first time, so if I place it again, it only takes away like 4 or something, but the first time is 13,000. So try to not use devices that you not really need. How do you get the thumbnail for your maps as the Rift images? Yeah, I apologize, I didn't explain that in my last video, but it's also super simple. And if you ever submitted a map for the new submission for the new discovery tab, it is super simple. So let's go into it. Okay, so all you basically have to do to get these new images into your maps is that you have to submit your map for the Discovery tab. And you can do that on the Fortnite Creative website or the Fortnite website, and then you click on the little Fortnite Discovery Submission tab. And then obviously you're going to select the map that you want your image to be in. So we're going to take this random map here, which I just created for this video. So don't play this map, it's nothing in there. And you're going to scroll all the way down to island image and trailer. So you're going to choose the file that you just made, which was in the last tutorial. So just going to upload it here, make sure that everything is correct. You can use JPEG and PNG. And also make sure that it's the minimum resolution, and then you're good to go. All you have to do now is this map has actually to get accepted. Otherwise it will not work. So you can see here that I have this one map which is denied, which actually does not get the custom image because it got denied. Next question is about music blocks and how you use them in Fortnite Creative and what is the easiest way to use them, I guess. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. First and foremost, how you can find the music blocks is very simple. You go into this little tab over here and then you type in music, and then you have the music blocks over here. And then you get greeted with a bunch of music tiles, and for every beginner I would just stick to these green ones over here because these are just piano tiles. All of these other tiles are some kind of synthesized piano tiles which sound a lot different, and they're a lot harder to work with if you never played around with music tiles. So sticking to the just piano ones, it's pretty simple. All of these go from the highest note to the lowest note, and if you just stick to these at the beginning, try to work with. Also, one big tip with these music notes is, since these are actually just notes and they're not chords, what you can do if you want to recreate your favorite song, like for example, if you want to recreate Stay from Justin Bieber and Kid Laroi, you go and search for piano sheets, and these will give you the actual note sheets for pianos, and then you can just rebuild it with the music tiles. It is pretty simple in itself, but it takes a lot of figuring out and playing around with the music sequencer and the tiles to make the beat work. Okay, the next question is how to do the circle trick, and I'm pretty sure there's one person which can better explain how to do the circle trick than me. Okay, so the next question is the best thing to use in a real good horror map. The best thing to use in a real good horror map, in my opinion, is sound. And a lot of people underestimate the efficiency of sound. People always try to build very scary things, very scary sculptures, try to make the best jump scare. But the main reason why jump scares work in the first place is because of a loud sound, and that is where you come in with the speaker or the radio. The best way in how jump scares work is when there is complete silence and all of a sudden there comes a very loud sound, and you can recreate that in Fortnite Creative with these two tools. So for example, you start out with your map. They first need to be a sound in some kind of way. It can be like any ambient sound or whatever, just have some sound like wind in the background. And then when you're getting closer to your jump scare, you start turning the sound off. So you can basically just have anything here, then make sure that the sound is, or the radio stop playing. In the speaker, I recommend two sounds which work really good with jump scares. The one is Halloween Scare 2, and the other one is just Scare 2. What I say that Halloween Scare 2 is a lot better sound. If you overuse it, it still doesn't work too well. So try to mix them both up. And yeah, all you have to do basically in the speaker then is make sure that it's on full volume, whole island, make it as loud as possible. Maybe even tell your players at the beginning of the map to turn up their volume so you can get the full benefit of having a very loud jump scare. Green screen. So the easiest way on how to create green screens in Fortnite Creative is to use the billboard. The reason why we're going to use the billboard instead of any green outer tiles is because they don't cast shadows. So if we go into the billboard here and we quickly pick it out, then we're going to go in here and make sure that we remove the text because we don't need the text, we just need the green. And then we go to the background color and make sure that it's green. So you can see it's a very bright green and it's perfect for green screens. Also, it doesn't cast any shadows, which is super important on green screens because if you want to cut it out, the shadow should not be seen in the background, and it is very important that. And the last one is how to make stuff disappear and appear. So the easiest way on how to make stuff appear and disappear is to use the trick tile. The trick tile can be placed on any grid snap wall, and it is super easy to use. You just place it on the wall that you want to disappear or appear, and then you have the right settings. Trigger means that it disappears, and resetting means that it appears. Super simple to use. All you have to do is just make the right settings in here, and then you can use it on any wall that is in grid snap. The downside to this is that you cannot use it on props, you cannot use it on anything like doors and stuff like that, so it's pretty unfortunate for that. There were rumors that this device comes out for props in the future, but we will see how that turns out. For most props, you can only make them disappear, and that is by destroying them. The easiest way on how to destroy props is by using the explosive device. What you're going to do in here is just place it next to it, make sure that it's invisible, and then also make sure that it only destroys this specific prop. So you're going to have something in here that explodes when receiving, and then when some player gets close to it or something, the prop disappears. Super simple, but you can sadly not make it reappear. So there's one last thing which you can technically call a prop, which you can make disappear and appear, and that is the objective devices. All of these objective devices have an option to turn on and off. So if you have a channel for turn on or turn off, you can make them appear or disappear. But it only works for these few objective devices, so I really wish we would have a few more objective devices in the future. But these are the ones that work, and also the tomato head is the same one that I use from my red light green light map. So you can basically also turn them, so you can have a lot of different stuff with them, but it's only with these few devices. And yeah, that is basically all I have for you guys today. Definitely let me know if I should continue doing this. If you have other questions, leave them down in the comments, and don't forget to use code RICHITUNES in the item shop, and I will see you guys back in the next one. Bye.